Well, good, family. It's your man, Ocean the Ghost, man. Ocean the Ghost. Let me make sure we get that clear. Ocean the Ghost. We back at it again. Freedom fight definitely continue, man. Thank you. Thank you again for stopping by. And you know what time it is. It's time to build. That's what we coming here for. This is not for entertainment. Most of the shit that I do, or at least 99% of the shit that I do, is not for entertainment, okay? But it's to be informative and so that we can start to be more critical thinkers and analyze these situations for what they really worth, man. Now today on the agenda, all right? This is definitely not a movie review channel, but some movies need to be touched on, need to be spoke on, okay? Now, we all know that the media, mostly any form of media, is a tool. It's a propaganda tool that's used by, of course, you know who I'm finna say, white supremacy. It's a tool that the white supremacy, use to perpetuate whatever stereotype or whatever assumption that they want to put out there against black people. Maybe it's a tool to make black people somewhat accept the terms and conditions that we living under. Okay, so with that being said, I watched the movie on Netflix. Now, when I seen who the star of the movie was, I already knew that I didn't want to see it. But not necessarily that I didn't want to see it, but I knew it was gonna have a element of bullshit and an element of disgust in the movie before I even seen it. Now the title of this movie is American Son, and the person, the key contributor in this movie is what the lady from Keri Washington. She did Scandal, okay, the craze that black people went crazy for. Think she probably made $100 million. She should have made $100 million off Scandal because niggas was lining up for that shit. Whatever the fuck they came on, niggas was in front of their shit. I remember when Scandal was out, just on my Facebook timeline, you gonna see at least about 15 posts about Scandal when that shit, either when it's on or discussing it. So Scandal was a big thing, but we all know the reason that was such a famous role for her because it was a swirler role. She was playing a swirler, a white lady who a black lady who fucking with a white man, and just so happened that the white man that she was in a relationship with had to be was the president of the United States on that role. Okay, we know what Scandal is, but in this movie, American Son. Now, 100% of the movie, you ain't gotta watch that shit. I'm finna tell you what happened in that shit. Cause I don't even want them to get no more support on this bullshit ass movie. But 100% of the movie is shot inside of a police station, okay? And it's raining outside, and it's a black lady, Keri Washington. It's a black lady that her son basically is missing. But he's an 18-year-old, so they saying they treat him like an adult, even though it's her baby. Okay, so we all understand. It don't matter how the fuck old your baby is, it's still your baby, whether he 18 or 8 months. Okay, so but her son was missing, and She was trying to figure out exactly where he was at, so she ended up at the police station, right? Because apparently, her and when the last time that she saw the son, that they ended on a bad note apparently. So and he stormed off in his car, and he not answering her phone, and he not texting her back, and you can understand the picture that they paint. It's a lady, she panicking about her baby. Okay, so she at the police station now. The cop that she's encountering at the time, okay, he's hard to get the information out of that she trying to get from him. And she going through her different range of emotions, from trying to stay calm to even to being irate, but trying her best to stay sane in the moment and get this information out of the police officer. Great acting, by the way. That ain't why I'm telling you that not to watch this movie, because she not a good actress. She a good actress. I can't take that from her. But so what was I at though? She was trying to get the information out the dude, and he was basically sending her on and run around and telling her that she asking for information that he can't give her. And it's just a big thing. She, like, why the fuck can't you figure out where my son at? And so I think that some kind of way it came through that her son had been involved in something at a traffic stop. But at this point, it's like they don't know what the fuck happened to her son. The officer, he ain't privy to give her the information that she asking for. So he telling her, wait on the superior officer that's gonna supposed to be coming in soon. That ended up being sooner or later. He wasn't on the way at the time when they was acting like he was gonna be there. It was gonna take him a while to get there. It was like 4 in the morning, I think, and he was gonna get there at like 6 or 7 in the morning or whatever. So, but this mystery officer that they waiting on, he gonna be able to tell the lady whatever happened with her son. Okay, so they carry on for a minute. In some kind of way, the lady go to the bathroom. The black lady, she had to take a bathroom break right quick. So in the midst of her being away for a moment in the bathroom, this white dude walk in, right? So the officer that was handling the lady initially, he automatically assumed that the white dude was that superior officer that was coming to relieve him and take this lady off his hands. So he was explaining to the officer, I'm so glad you're here. The lady, she was acting great, and all of a sudden she went ghetto on me, and blase. And it's definitely been the son, the boy that she looking for. He is involved in a traffic stop right now, and he got two friends with him, and it's something definitely happened at that traffic stop. So he's spilling all of this to the white man that came through the door, thinking that he was the superior officer, not knowing the whole time that he was actually the father of the boy that was in question. I told you she was a swirler in this. I don't know if I mentioned it, but she a swirler in this movie also. So he was the father to the boy that was in question, and he done basically gave this man in 1 minute all the information that this lady been trying to get from him for an hour or two. Okay, so I'm trying to. Okay, so they figured out. So finally, he come clean and tell him, well, yeah. So when he giving him all this information, but he still ain't been. Finally, the man tell him, man, that's my son. This is my wife right here. They are strange lovers at this point, by the way. They not together, even though they still married. When she call him, he in the bed with whoever the fuck his mistress or whatever. That's what taking him the baby daddy so long to get there. He had to get his shit together from where he was at and make it to the police precinct. But he finally made it. Now we caught up with where he been at. But to make a long fucking story short, I ain't trying to make no long story short. So the daddy, being the white guy that he is, with an 18-year-old son, apparently the 18-year-old son has been struggling with the fact that his daddy left the situation that he was in, struggling, white daddy, by the way, left the situation that he in, and it's got him so fucked up to the point that now he rebelling, and now he got braids in his hair, and he just, the people that his daddy definitely been guarding him from running with his whole life, Lil Pookie and Ray Ray them down the street, or wherever the fuck he found Pookie and Ray Ray them at. But he been trying to keep him away from Pookie and Ray Ray, but since he left, that's who the young man has turned to, Pookie and Ray Ray. He's struggling with his daddy being missing, and he apparently he wanted to turn to the streets a little bit. So it come out that the young man in the car, this car what he took off in is a car what his dad bought from him. So that's why the mama couldn't get a lot of the information that she wanted, because it wasn't a car that had her name on it. And the son was not a minor anymore. He was 18. But anyway, he had a bumper sticker. And this was supposedly the reason why. This is enough to get you fucked up, apparently. But he had a bumper sticker that said, I'm trying to figure out exactly what the bumper sticker said. It been like a week or two since I watched this movie. I've been wanting to do this review, but I just waited till the day. But it says something along the lines of shoot cops when you see them making a bust. So it was like emphasis on shoot, not emphasis on the camera, because apparently the gist of the bumper sticker was, when you get involved with the police, take your fucking camera out. So that's the reason that that turned out to be the reason why the boy got pulled over in the first place, because the police read that bumper sticker. So, and I can't possibly tell the whole story right now, but in the midst of whatever the fuck going on, the white dad, he a FBI agent, so he get a text on his phone. It's a video. It's a video of somebody pulled over. And it's a video of somebody pulled over and somebody take off running or whatever the fuck happened, and he gets shot down. So they still don't know at this point if it's the son or not. So they trying to figure out all the different scenarios where it could be Pookie or where it could be Ray Ray, which I'm looking at it right then and there like, whoever the fuck it was, it's fucked up. But they tried to figure out all these different scenarios where it could have been Pookie, it could have been Ray Ray. Anyway, so finally, the other officer that they really were waiting on, he was a black man, by the way. He finally showed up. And at this point, the FBI agent, who is also the son's father, like I told you, he seen this wild ass tape, so he kind of irate at the point, like nothing up on the black man when he came in, to the point where he had to put him in handcuffs and charge him up a little bit, gave him a couple charges, but he understood. The black man did understand that this is his son that he's worried about. So, once he brought him back in the room, he got him to calm down, and he let him know, hey, when I find out what the fuck is going on, totally with your son, I'm gonna come back and tell you whatever. So he left, and then they got a chance to go through their issues, and her whining and moaning about him being with a white lady now. He with a white lady now, and that's fucking the son up too. Apparently, that's the shit that he's saying to the mama, and whatever. They talked about all that shit, and you know, had they little, we used to be lovers moment and we married moment and this is our son. So it's kind of, it's a common thing and it's kind of foolish to be at each other's neck moment in there. But when the black man came back, as you possibly done pieced together by now, from me making it to this point in the story, when the black man came back, but I can't, the black man, he was a police officer, police officer. He wasn't no black man like me. His skin just was black, but he was a police officer, the mind of a police officer. So, you know, every point that he had illustrated up to that point was sympathetic from a cop point of view. But he came back and he told the story that, yeah, your son was riding with Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie, one of them had a fucking warrant on him. So when they got out, they started getting out the car one at a time. It was one cop out there or two cops, whatever the fuck. Either way it go, your son got out the car last, who never been in, had any type of shit to do with the police. He stumbled, and once he stumbled, the police unloaded or hit him at least a few times with the pistol. So that was your son. It was confirmed that your son was dead, got shot dead. Okay? And the movie basically went off. Okay, so now you don't got to go see that fucking movie. I just told you the whole fucking movie, okay? Now, let's talk about the messages and the imagery of the movie. Even though they didn't show the young boy get killed, but it's still an image in your fucking, by the time you watch this much of the movie that I just, to the point where I just told you, it's an image of a young boy with some braids getting killed in front of a black Lex, a blue Lexus or whatever. You see the shit in your fucking brain. It's embedded in your brain. Now it's no glimpse of atonement. You leave this movie with the notion that whoever that police officer is, he gonna get away with this shit. He might get some administrative leave, but he definitely not going to jail, and he ain't losing no money, he ain't losing no time, probably ain't losing no sleep about killing this black man. No atonement, no glimpse of justice, which we know that's the way that it's set up right now. So my thing is, what is the point of this movie? What is the point of this movie, American Son? What is the imagery and the messaging that they want you to get out of this movie? They want you to be docile, man. They want you to understand and accept your fate as a black person in this society or a white person in this society. They normalizing. It's just a attempt and a tactic to normalize police brutality and white supremacy as a whole, and making you understand that no matter what the fuck you do, what you fight for, what you stand up for, this is the way that we got the world set up, and we not planning on turning this motherfucker loose. No matter what you do, we always gonna keep our foot on your neck. That's the message of the movie. So you wonder why, matter of fact, not you, but me, I wonder how in the fuck can somebody misunderstand that if we want to be elevated in this society, it's nothing that the white supremacist and the dominant society is going to hand to us. It's actually work that's going to really have to be done, man, you know. And I'm thinking that, because I don't got all the answers, but I know that we can't be docile and we can't just lay down and accept that, oh, this is our fate as black Americans, as ADOS. When I say ADOS, not no political party, but American descendants of slavery, people who descended from the killing field. They basically want you to accept your fate quietly and just die off until you completely gone, and not sit up and demand what's rightfully yours. Demand that we be included as a pivotal and integral vital part of this society, which we are. We are that anyway. We are the trendsetters. We are the motivators and the inspirators. So it's only right that we are allotted all the resources that we need, man, in order to push not only us as a culture further, but to push the world further. In order for this world to, in order for the Mother Earth to stop being upset and trying to figure out her own way, well, she got a plan to get rid of all our ass too. But in order for her to be okay with the way that shit is, man, it's got to be atonement for God people, man. For the people who live and deal with misjustice as a way of life, it's got to be atonement for that, man. And when you got movies like American Son that just pushing the imagery of this is the way it's gonna be for the rest of forever, ever, like my guy Andre 3000 say, and you got people like Keri Washington who get off on playing these roles, these bed wench roles, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It's a bed wench role. The fucking president, even though she had all the brains on the fucking the show we just talked about, the Scandal, even though she made everything happen on Scandal, it still was a bad wench role. The only reason that motherfuckers watched that shit because she was fucking a white man. So it's a sick, it's a sick mind frame to that everything they got is better than everything we got. And we fucking know. I ain't no sex machine. But we fucking know it's a difference. So for a motherfucker to, like this DJ white boy nigga who made an attempt to sexually transmit AIDS and HIV to all these black women to get it so they can, in his words, so they can go back and have sex with all the little young black boys and spread it throughout the community. I put this movie right along the same type of play as he made because it's meant to just further dilute a sense of strength and a sense of knowing who we are and further implement the system of take this shit if we give you this shit and don't question this shit. So I refuse to sit silently and, if I'm gonna die anyway, I might die at 99 or I might die at 49 or I might die tomorrow, but when I do die, I'm gonna be understood for something, man. And I suggest and I hope that you could look at yourself in the mirror and say the same thing, man. It's time. It's time right now to assert our power. It's time. That's why you gotta understand when we're dealing with white supremacy. They always coming up with the newest and latest strategy to throw you off of your shit. Always. So we gotta always be critical and analytical to the point that not even on your best day could you trick me with that bullshit. So this is like guide your ears, guard your eyes and guard your ears from, and keep that bullshit far away from you, man. Don't go see this don't watch this movie on Netflix. Understand that every aspect of social media that's not, basically owned by the black man, and which that is none of it. It's a couple upstart sites, websites, and social media platforms that's owned by black people, but the popular ones that 100% of the world is on, all of that shit is basically ran by white supremacy, man. And the imagery and the messaging that it's putting out is white people still run this shit. And anything else other than white, be happy with what the fuck you get. Be happy you ain't dead yet. Be happy we ain't killed your ass out yet. Like, it's like the motherfucking, I forgot which one of those news ladies said this shit, but she said it. She was like, we won the war. Y'all lost the war. She said this shit. She said this in 2019. So that's the mind frame that we gotta be watching out for. Now, I know you can say, and I can also say that every white person in the world is not fucked up. But the thing about it, you can't have an alliance with one person. So, you know, if unless it's a Jeff Bezos or somebody like that. So, you know, I got white friends. I got white guys that I respect, that I shake their hand when I see them. So you know, but when we doing shit like this right here for the benefit of making society move forward, especially for the benefit of my people, then, you know, it's not time for me to single those white guys out and say that those are some great white guys, which they are, and I'm still slave mentality my damn self. I'm still singling them out right now. But respect to those guys. I never take a shot at the ones that I know. But at the same time, I will tell them to their face or behind their back or wherever the fuck it come up at that this black man, black woman journey through life is something that if you don't live it, then you can't conceive it. You can't fully understand what it takes to make it to the other side of this shit. Okay. This is something that is embedded into the world system. The black man on the bottom, even where the black man is most prominent at, he still don't run that shit. So, but that's why I got respect for some of those islands though, like Haiti. You know what I mean? They fought that shit up out of there. So they kind of, but still, a white man probably, I don't know. But I got a Haitian dude, and he said that the government still got probably predominantly white over there. But if I'm wrong about that, I might be. And if you heard it and you know I'm wrong, I can stand the straightening. So if you know more about that than I do, I can deal with you telling me I'm wrong. But anyway, man, I just wanted to touch on that movie American Son with Keri Washington and just illustrate the way that we gotta approach anything that the media is giving to us that's easy access for us. If the media make it easy access for you, then if at the least take it with a grain of salt and watch that shit with a critical eye and try to understand the underlying messages and the images in that shit and choose for yourself if it's something that you want to share with your kids or not. We always need to be sharing the real with our kids. So, because they gonna be grown. One day we're gonna look up and they're gonna be grown. And if you know, like I know, that shit is approaching with rapidness. The shit is very much approaching. So let's just be careful, man. Anyway, that's my review of American Son. It got good actors in it and good actresses in it, but it's a piece of shit work. And it only perpetuates stereotypes and motherfucking a fucked up fate for the black man, either way it go. Alright? It's your boy, Ocean and Gold, man. Every time you come in here, I'm definitely gonna be telling the truth. A whole dosage of that shit every time. So fuck with your boy. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. And I appreciate it. We out.